let's just simply pray for a minute and right. Let's close our eyes, bow down our head, and pray for the teachers community who are undergoing stress due to many reasons in the family, in society. Let's throw positive vibrations on each other. Let's have positive affirmations for each other. May our community grow, dwell, and overcome all the obstacles. Those who are into the academic field and educationists with experience and expertise. So it has been founded by late Shri Ram Kaur Gupta, and in 1948, Mahavir Publication is one of the leading educational publishing house. It has been carried forward by four imprints. They have Shri Mahavir Book Depot, then they have Shri Mahavir Book Depot in printing division, P. Chandan and Company, and Mahavir Publishing Company. This is they have been the house is known for continuously good content. They have been providing good content through their publication house, and which has been shared by them with the reputed schools. Teachers have been benefited out of it. So we really thank Mahavir Publication for taking this initiative, or holding up a webinar whenever there is a little change here and there, and whenever we have a kind of doubt. So thank you very much to the publishers. Next we go on to is that I have a little thing to share. Every time I start my webinar, I start with a story. Sometimes, it is intriguing, sometimes it may be exciting, sometimes you may not like it, but somehow this is the way, we're going to accept a few of the things which come in our life. So today I'm starting with a story called, oh, lovely, Ma'am Archita, great. If you've read this book, then you'll relate with me. Who Moved My Cheese? It's by Spencer Johnson, and it's a very beautiful book. Now, cheese is the metaphor for what you want in life, right? And there is a maze. Now, maze is again the maze in the story. It represents when where we look for our cheese or our happiness or our success. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, recommending to the students. Thank you so much. So the maze is in the story represents where we look for our cheese or the happiness or the success which we want. Now, having cheese makes you happy. The more important your cheese is to you, the more you hold on to it. And undoubtedly, yes, we do hold on to our cheese. We hold on to our success. We hold on to our happiness, whatever we are doing. So that's how we move ahead with our cheese. Now, the story begins with two mice, Sniff and Surrey. Sniff is the one who sniffs out change and is always ready for it. Always jumping for the change, always very happy with the change. Whereas Surrey goes into action immediately without knowing anything. He just Surrey is a kind of a person who comes to know, okay, this is going to happen. We have people like that in our life who know, oh, this is going to happen. Let me go according to it. Surrey is like, okay, this has happened. Let's quickly make change. Then there are two little people. One is Hem and one is Haw. Now, Hem is very safe. Hem is very safe kind of a person who wants to stay in a familiar environment. He is very smart. He's able to handle the situation. Has done well in his life. But the only thing is that regarding the change, it's okay. He doesn't bother. Whereas Haw is slow to adapt things or change, but is open-minded. So in case if something happens, he would be ready to adapt to it. Now, what happens is in this story, just when you say that we are all aware that if we keep cheese in our refrigerator and if it starts smelling, it means it's getting old. So the moment cheese gets a little old, you come to know that you need to change it. Same is the case out here. Sniff and the moment you, yeah, now it's visible. Thank you so much. So whenever you, whenever you cheese in the refrigerator and you smell it and you find it's getting old, you get that smell, you immediately need to change it. So Sniff himself noticed that the cheese was diminishing and that one day it wasn't there. Whereas Hem and all, they were very happy. They were not paying attention to cheese and or the changes which were taking place. They took things for granted, and they kept on being very comfortable with their environment and the way things were going on. Rather, they purchased a house and they started socializing with people. So things were very comfortable for them. Now, Sniff and Sari, they got into action immediately without needing anyone to know or anything else to know. They immediately got into action. Whereas Hem and Haw continued with their same. They said, okay, our past experience and knowledge, we know it for last 20 years. We've been knowing it. Like sometimes we do it with our children also for 20 years. We know it, something like that. So they thought, okay, cheese will always be there. It cannot go anywhere. Nothing can happen. We are very comfortable. Whatever we say, things are going to happen accordingly. Now, what happened? Sniff and Sari were prepared and knew what to do because they knew that the situation had changed and they decided to change. So they started sniffing like this. They started sniffing and they scurried into the search of new cheese. Whereas what happened with the Hem and Haw, what they did was they were still relaxing. So they what they did was they did not take any initiative. They kept on relaxing. They kept on doing the same thing. They kept on working on the same manner, and they were not ready to whenever they wanted to pay attention to what they had in their house with their family, but not ready to change. And they thought that, okay, since the cheese was there and nobody had informed them, so they how can this happen to them? Things cannot, they just, who will move their cheese? It will remain there. They were just with their own thought process. And ultimately what happened, one day the cheese got so smaller, it got so smaller that eventually it just simply disappeared. And Hem and Haw were both, they were both shocked that what is happening. And they said, who moved my cheese? It's not fair. Something wrong has happened. Who has done this? Some kind of conspiracy behind it. The kind of nature we people have, something happens, we immediately start blaming others for it. We start blaming the surroundings for it. So same thing happened. Now Hem's complicated brain and belief, it said nothing, nothing. Why he system needed to know what is this and why this is happening. Then what Hod did was he thought that I worked hard so much and why should I change? I didn't cause the problem. Why should anything happen to either of us? Whereas what Sniff and Sari were doing, they immediately went to the uncharted territory. They went and they searched for the cheese and they came up with the new cheese and they started living with the cheese and enjoying their life again. So they accepted the changes. They went into a new territory, looked in for the cheese and started living their life in a much better manner. Now, what happened with Hem and Haw? Hem and Haw were both bitter. Till the end, I told you, they were comfortable because we sometimes fall in the habit of doing things and we don't want to change. We procrastinate, we resist change. And that is a time we don't let go things. And when we don't let go things, things become difficult for us. So what happened was that Hem and Haw, they remained bitter, angry about was having their own cheese, and they did not want to make any change. Now, Hall eventually realized that cheese was never going to come back. So things have changed. Now I have to go according to what is happening. No changes can be made. And he said, rather than sitting at home, let me go and search in the maze the new cheese. And he went into the maze, started searching for the new cheese. And he said, rather than staying in a cheeseless situation, it's like our condition as on date. When pandemic was announced, at that time, most of the teachers, we were in a lot of dilemma, how to use online classes. And most of us took time or otherwise, we jumped into the situation of online classes without thinking anything. So what we did was we searched for cheese in the maze rather than having a cheeseless situation. What happened to him was that nobody knows. Where he was, nobody knows. What he did, nobody knows. He was too stubborn, too proud, and unwilling to change. So he was left out like that. So basically, the moral of the story is we need to change with the changes coming up. So whenever there's a change, we need to make changes. Now, I want to ask something from you. Of course, move on and find a cheese. I want to ask you, whom do you relate to in this story? Do you relate to Sniff? Do you relate to Sari? You relate to Hem or you relate to Ho? You can answer in the chat box if you feel like. If you don't feel like, no problem at all. I told you just be taking a walk in the down the memory lane, and it's nothing at all. So that's okay. Change, and we need to face the change. Yeah, so somebody said Surrey, somebody said sniff. Oh, there are Surrey and sniffs with us. Nobody as ho and hem, nobody out here? Right, nobody answered. Well, fine. You can answer in the chat box if you wish to. Now, talking about sniff, Surrey, hem, haw, talking about us, we need to know what changes are required. Very recently, there is a change in the syllabus, and that has really put us into dilemma what to do. So CBSE deleted few things. Um, uh, Seema ma'am, if you join late, no problems at all. You can take the video of webinar later on. Sorry for inconvenience, whichever way it is. So this change, the first change is going to talk about today is revised syllabus. And then starting with the revised syllabus, we'll go on to competency based. Then we can we'll talk about also art integrated learning and projects. So we're going to talk about many things, many new changes which have happened. This is my research work on revised syllabus. This is my research work on art integration. In case teachers, if you have any input which is different from what I have, you're welcome to share with me, and please help me to enhance my knowledge too. Starting with the revised syllabus of plus one, we already know that with the first unit there is no change because CBSE has recently introduced the chapter with history of business. So there is no change in unit one. The chapter is as it is. You can go ahead without making any changes. There are some factors given in the first chapter for starting a business that you can actually do. Usually we do that part of the topic with second chapter. It is given in NCERT, the book which has been recommended by NCERT for plus one. So we'll be doing that. There is no change in the unit one. Let's go ahead with unit two. Now, when we do forms of business organization and when we take up sole proprietorship, partnership, joint into family business, there's a little change with joint into family business, but that change was initiated last year only when we talked about the 2005 amendment, so that you are already aware of. Then with cooperative society, and then with joint stock company. So basically, only topic which has deleted from 2019 to 20 is that the comparison. I think it's on page 58 of in the NCERT, choice of forms of organization. There's a table out there that has been deleted. Right. Then we come to chapter 3. Chapter 3, what we do is, in chapter 3, there's an introduction. Now, dear teachers, there are so many questions which are going to come later on. What I'm trying to tell you is that with all the chapters, that is first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, whichever chapter you're taking up, please start with any of the anecdotes. I've been continuously telling that. Start with any storyline. So when you start with the third chapter, start with the scenario of India at the time of independence and then come to the present scenario and tell them that there were three industry policy resolution which happened at that time, why India decided to have a mixed economy with public and private sector. Private sector they have already done, public sector now you're taking up, and all you have to do this year is the different forms of public sector organization, that is departmental undertaking, statutory corporation, and government company. The topics after that, changing role, was deleted last year itself. In case if you want to, kind of give some kind of knowledge to your students, you can tell them about disinvestment, one, and second, you can tell them about the role of BIFR because that is there in the Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction, that is there in plus two LPG. Just a mention of it. So that may be a little easier for them to immediately grasp. So what you can do is, and after that, rest of the complete chapter is deleted. That is joint venture and multinational corporations and private public partnership. All three topics, I think if it is clear to you, I'll just enlarge the screen for you. If you can see the screen, so it is all deleted. Right, forms of business organization, I've mentioned here, choice of forms of organization. Then for the third chapter, it's mentioned out there. Then you have multinational companies, feature joint ventures, everything has been deleted with private public partnership. Next, we come to the fourth chapter, fourth unit, business services. I'm just enlarging the screen for all of you so that you can see it easily. All right. Now, all right. Starting with the fourth chapter, I'm repeating fourth chapter. Fourth chapter, banking services. Yeah, right. Banking services is that topic is not there in the NCERT book, so you can take the same from extra notes from internet or from anywhere else you like. Whereas the postal services, mail, registered, everything has been deleted. That is for chapter 4. So postal services, mail, register, parcels, speed post, courier, everything has been deleted out here. Now, next, emerging modes of business. That's your fifth chapter. Again, with fifth chapter, BPO concept and type has been deleted. Rest has been given to you when you talk about e-business concepts, scope, and benefits. Now, some of you may ask about KPO. Since BPO is not there, of course, KPO was not ever directly mentioned. So, though it was there in the syllabus and we used to do it along with BPO, so KPO will also not be done. Right? Next, and moreover, plus one is in your hands, teacher, so you know it once what kind of syllabus is to be given to the students. Next, we talk about social responsibility of business and business ethics. Now, again, for your information, social responsibility of business and business ethics, complete topic business ethics, concept and elements has been deleted. Concept of social responsibility, case of social responsibility towards owners, when you talk about the investors, consumers, employee, government, community, everything is there, but then other things have been deleted. Then when you talk about the other role of business in environment protection, right? So when you talk about all these things, the only topic which has been deleted is business ethics, concept, and elements. Environment protection, as it is, we were doing comparatively. The rest of the things were deleted. We used to just introduce, and moreover, the children know so much about environment. Only the measures or the top management has to take, or the initiatives that top management has to take. That part of the topic is there that you can always refer to again. Now, when we talk about finance and trade, that is, we're talking about sources of business finance. And one more thing, teachers, chapter formation of company, that is there along with chapter 2. And it has to be done as it is. There is no deletion. Chapter 2, formation of company, if it is not mentioned, please make sure that it is part of chapter 2 and it is done as it is. Right? Now, when we talk about sources of business finance, only intercorporate deposit. This was initiated or included 2 years back, and the IDR is there in the book. ICD is already deleted, so only ICD you don't have to do. Rest of the things as it is, which are being given, are done out here. So we have equity share, preference share, retained earning, GDR, ADR, IDR. Then we have debentures, then loans from bank, financial institution, commercial banks, public deposit, trade credit. If you remember, factoring and lease financing were deleted last year, as it is deleted, right? So nothing else has been added up except for that intercorporate deposits have been deleted. This is your chapter from finance and trade. Next chapter. Now, after source of, and in NCERT book, this has been given as 8th chapter because they have not yet revised, despite of adding up last year, still they've not made changes. So in the book NCERT, it's 8th chapter, and 7th is formation of company. 7th chapter we usually do it with along with 2nd chapter, and 8th chapter is sources of finance. Next is small business and enterprises. If you're aware, last year entrepreneurship development was introduced. So it is as it is. This chapter, there's hardly any change there. So as it is, we're going to do entrepreneurship along with the small scale enterprises as defined by MSMED. And only we have to take up NSIC and DIC as the institutions which have to be taken up, and we have to do role of small business in India. So in special reference to rural areas, rest all has been deleted. So kindly take care and do that much only. This topic now, and again, entrepreneurship development has not been given in detail in our book. In case if you don't have, again, uh, the refer the internet or refer any other reference book for the same. Now, then we talk about internal trade. Till now, we were doing internal trade along with the wholesaler, retailer, and then we were talking about retail trade, ignorant retailers, small scale retailers, fixed shop retailers. Now, small scale and itinerant both have been deleted, and GST was included last year. This GST concept has also been deleted. Now you only have to do departmental stores and chain stores. So you're going to do internal trade. Going back to the ninth chapter, this internal trade once again. So what you're going to do is you're going to do take up the same topics as it is, meaning and types of services rendered by wholesalers and retailers, then large scale departmental stores and chain store concept. That's it. And rest is all not included in the syllabus. Last chapter, oh, a lot of deletion. So international trade concept and benefits. Concept and benefits is given there in the book as it is. Benefit of international trade to the nation, and we can do this complete topic. Concept is introduction part of it. What we are not going to do is export trade, import trade, its procedure, documents, and World Trade Organization. These topics have been deleted. In case you still have any query regarding the revised syllabus, you're welcome to ask in your Q&A session after the complete of this webinar. Okay, so this is the first time our cheese has been moved. The first, they said 33%. I don't know how this counts for 33%, but still it is 33%. So let's see how it works out, how beneficial it is to our students, right? Then next we come to is after the revised syllabus, we are coming to alternative academic calendar. Now, when we're talking about alternative academic calendar, there are many things we need to discuss. First of all, there was a circular about alternative academic calendar where few things were highlighted, like how to frame multiple choice questions. I have here some information for you. Can we go to the previous slide? Yeah, we have here no, the next one, where we have multiple choice questions written there. Next slide. Yeah, here. Thank you so much. So there are many things. If you see what the initiative is there, that we are going to talk about the alternative academic calendar. You have multiple choice question, short answer type question, long answer, activity based. You can give open book question test, OBDs, which we call. Then there are crossword puzzles, online quizzes. Then you have, we are discussing everything. There are slogan writing competitions. Poem, you can create games. You can ask students to write a poem, and anything can be done. So what we are going to do is, I have done a very special thing for you with these alternative academic calendar. So I'll just start with it and explain to you. We'll switch over to the next slide first, and see, if you have noticed in the academic calendar of +1, what they have shown is that we talk with the economic and non-economic activity, and you talk about introducing the concept. Now, they said you can take up anything from Google, you can use any kind of Instagram or Skype or any ways, because they're talking about online teaching. But what I suggest out here is that the first thing you start in your week 1 is that you start your chapter. If you've not started 11th as yet, so you start your chapter in a very innovative manner. Since we're talking about economic and non-economic activities, the very first class, you tell them to make a list of you can give a list of 10 to 12 economic and non-economic activities, and then discussion can be held in the class, and accordingly the children will come to know about that what is economic activity and what is non-economic activity, and there and then within the discussion you can tell them how you can classify them as business, profession, or employment. So now again, again, after doing this week 1 plan, we come to the week 2. Now here they have given in week 2, what they have given is use concept of map. Now here they're talking about concept of map with the learners for different type of like characteristics on business. They have 1 minute. I think I'm not audible. Okay, so you can use concept of map. I'm just telling you how we have been guided by CBSE week 1, week 2 on economic and non-economic activity. So what they have done is they say use a concept of math to explain the different types of features, or you can objectives or whatever. This is one idea for the same chapter. Other can be you can use acronym. Another can be you can play a game. So what kind of game you will play, I'll tell eventually, right? Next, week 3. Now, when there's talking about factors affecting, okay. So usually whenever I discuss factors affecting with any child, I give them a situation when I tell them, okay, you've just started your business. What are the things you would need? So he says, ma'am, I'll need finance, I'll need this. And then we discuss, oh, you forgot plant layout, you forgot this. Okay, finally. And when everything is discussed, and I said, whom are you inviting over to do the opening ceremony of your showroom, of your business? He said, ma'am, I think I'll invite Aishwarya Rai, or then I tell them, okay, why don't you invite your teacher? You know, that kind of a motivation. What happens is they come to know about the complete concept, that what are the factors affecting their business and how they're going to launch an enterprise. So complete assessment can be done like that, and teachers can, we all know, we are very sharp-minded. We know how to assess our students, who's actively participating, who's not. Now, this has been given by CBSE in the circular. So this is what was given as alternative academic calendar. Now, switching over to the next slide, I'm giving you a simple example of lesson plan. Okay, I'm giving you here. Simple example of lesson plan which has been prepared by us in the same pattern as that of CBSE. I've used the same format. Now, please see and notice I've given you here +1 business studies. We are talking about formation of company. I'll be very soon sharing the complete picture of what I'm talking about. It is about formation of company. What we have done is we have used a board to play game. I'm showing it to you how we have used a board to play game and what I'm starting off with. So first you need to do is preparation of, this is the game. It has been prepared by us. It's been done by my team. I'm always thankful to them, my team of Shaurya and Kashish. They always help me out with new ideas. I just give them the ideas and they actually make it happen. So if you can see, this is the play board. This is the play board, and with this, the first activity is preparation of placard to show various process involved in the formation of company. These are the placards which have been prepared. These are the placards. If you can see, these are the placards. If you can see, these are placards, and there's a score along with that. If you can see, these placards have, can you all see the placards out here? Am I visible with the placards? Right? And there is score given there. If you see, the placards have 20, 30. So whatever has maximum importance, 20, 30, 10 has also been given, which is not very important step in the process. All has been given out here. So we've talked about the process of formation of company. See, we've talked about these are the placards I'm continuously talking about. Different stages have been assigned to different students, right? So here we have the stages and everything, the placards out here. Now, formation of placards to show various process involved in the formation of company. Ask students to prepare placards on the process of formation of company on paper. They can design them via use of graphics. They can use Canva as well as Snapper. right? And you can ask the students to get them printed on glossy sheets in order to increase the longevity, as well as, you know, these are more they're smart cards, literally. See, if you see them, they are little visible also, and they're nice to hold, so we feel good about them also. Student will also have the option to laminate the cards themselves. They can do. Now, week 2, let's come to the week 2. What you're supposed to do in the week 2, this is being prepared by us. This is nowhere there in CBSE format, so don't look in for there. Now, you have to differentiate all the process between steps of promotion, incorporation process of capital subscription, last stages involved in the formation of company, complete. You have to, of course, you'll explain them and they will prepare these stages. See, what we have done is we have started from here. This is the start point and this is the end point. Here you reach, here we have the end point. We have the end point out here. I'll show you the pictorial after this complete plan goes over. Now, once you've done them, next is week 3. And you can continuously keep on explaining the process to your children. So next is week 3. In week 3, what you have is, again, creation of the scoreboard. You can ask your students to create the scoreboard, because you ultimately we have to, know the score, who's a winner, always there, very important. And this can be played by 2 people. Okay, so next 4th week, you can just talk about is playing of the game. The students will play the game, how they are going to play the game. Okay, I'm enlarging this for you. You people can always see on my screen. Students will now play the game. There will be 2 students who will be playing at one go. Each player will roll the dice. Depending on the outcome, the student will move with a specified pawn on the board. If the students land on the empty cell, no points will be assigned. Now, there are some empty cells out here. I'll show it to you. When we start from here, this is the empty cell out here. So you will not be assigned any point out here, right? Empty cells don't get any point, right? If he or she lands on the process, then they will get card for that very process. These are the placards. For that process, they're going to get this card and there would be a score on that card, right? The game will carry on in the same order until one player reaches the end and finally forms a company. So these are all stages in the formation of company. If he reaches here, that means he's completely formed the company of doing away with promotion, the steps of promotion, that is, then incorporation, capital subscription, all formalities have been completed, everything done. The process that the student couldn't complete will be taken into consideration. Suppose he jumps off some of the things in the process. So in the scoreboard, some points will be deducted from the scorecard of that play. The student reaching the end will get 30 points extra. Final score after deduction of negative cards will be calculated. The player with higher point will be the winner, or will be declared as the winner. That's one way of preparing lesson plans. Dear teachers, you can prepare as you like it, however you want. I'm just sharing my screen again with you. See, I have given you formation of company board game. It's out here. This is here. If you can see, formation of company board game completely made. It is with use of stencils, sketch pens, and simple game board. We've taken simple board. We had chess board at home, so on that we did this complete. All right. Now, formation of company board game, once this is over, that is to do with your talking about the alternative academic calendar given by the CBSE. Now, lesson plan. Many teachers I saw in various groups were asking for lesson plan for competency-based learning. Dear teachers, there are 2 different things. What we did previously was a separate, that was lesson plan according to the alternative academic calendar, and the lesson plan for competency-based learning is something different. When we talk about competency-based learning, what are we highlighting at? Now, this circular was given by CBSE, of course. If you have seen this circular, all details are mentioned out here. That when you talk about the competency-based learning, what you're trying to do is you're talking about engage. Now, game, dear teachers, we'll show the game. Okay, you want to click the picture probably. We'll show everything again in case if you want in Q&A. Please let me continue with the things right now. So when we talk about, we are showing the game again. I think from both the places we got this request of showing the game again. We've shown the game again, and I'm moving on to the next part of competency based lesson plan. Okay. Talking about competency based lesson plan, we are talking about nothing else but we're talking about engage. Now if you know what engage means and what are we actually going to highlight about it, see, what actually CBSE wants is that the learning should be experiential, use of pedagogy, and competency of students. I'm going to talk about competency based learning also after some time, but right now, what we are highlighting is that lesson plan. So when we talk about the lesson plan, we are talking about engaging the learners. So I've made this as a separate slide for you. The first is you energize the learners. Like I've given you here example. This example was applicable to plus two as well as applicable to plus one also. Right. So it is applicable to plus one as well, plus two both. If you start the class, you can have a quiz, you can podcast, you can email with the writer, you can give them anything, right? So you can also tell them about the stories of entrepreneurs. You can talk to them about the latest the entrepreneurs who have come up, Sundar Pichai or so many other people, and then you can energize the learners by beginning the class in a very smart manner. Now, when you talk about these brochures, when we talk about the article, news, you can start with any latest thing which has happened in the environment as on date. Why? Because we want kickstart our class with something which is new. There should be interactive, there should be a class activity, there should be group discussion. So you can make a quiz or you can make a crossword puzzle or you can just ask some riddles. I'll be showing you everything out on the screen right now. Right? After doing the after energizing people, right, what you need to do is you need to immediately give them a way of teaching them, telling them how they are going to perform the following things. Like you have to give them a video or audio videos, or you can give them a handout, you can give them PDFs, you can give them some kind of procedures. Like we made a game out of formation of company, right? You can give them group activity, and you can give them concept of map. How concept of map we've used, we are going to show you everything. You can ask them to do a role play. So these are the ways you can engage them in the class. So we finished with E and N. This was N. Okay. Next, now we're talking about the next thing is how we generate the meaning. Now, when we talk about generating the meaning, you have to tell them that what aha effect can you create in the class, how you can create the aha effect in the class, how you can make that moment in the class that children get awestruck by you. So if you play a game like formation of company and children have not ever thought over, like our teachers can do this, or you just make them do this activity, they'll be awestruck. You can also ask them to prepare some art and craft items accordingly. How are you going to ask them? I'll just show it to you and I'll make you more clear about the same thing. All right. Next, we go on to is engage. Now we go on to is A. So how you have to apply it? Of course, you're going to divide the children into the groups. You're going to give them activities. They can perform the activities accordingly. They can do it for you. And once you can discuss things. You can give them case studies. Once the discussion is over, once the things are done, it applies to all the people in the class. So you may talk about anything like here. They've given, this is again picked up from CBSE only, circular only. So you may decide to express understanding of universe through travel brochures or anything like that, whatever, whichever way. So you're applying for by dividing the students into group. You can tell them to again prepare the game. You can tell them to prepare Uno cards with it. You can do anything whichever you like. You can ask them to prepare collages. You can ask them to prepare maps. We'll go on to it and I'll let you know how we prepared that. I've got everything ready for you. So I'll show it to you by and by. Last is that when we talk about, no, we have still one more after G, it is E also. So now you can ask them to make videos. There are so many types of video presentation. There is doodle type video presentation. There is simple type of PPTs which we have prepared out here. There is animation based. There is documentary based. So that is again depends on you how you're going to give them the work in the group, right? So you gauge the people accordingly. And then extend. Now you were extending activities means that when you give something extra to them. How you give them extra? You tell them the scope of learning through Twitter, Telegram, WhatsApp, whichever way you can approach them, or through Blogger, or through LinkedIn, or YouTube, whatever you like. Accordingly, you can teach them, give them information input. Facebook is like really, YouTube is full of lot of information, and Google has a lot of information. Any kind of information can be shared accordingly. You can simply share the link with them and they'll come to know. So that's how you can tell them to take up this activity, and you'll discuss the same activity in the class tomorrow. You can talk like that and tell them. Now, next we come on to is competency based learning. Now, we talked about competency based lesson plan. We talked about academic calendar, alternative academic calendar. We talked about lesson plans. First and foremost, what is competency? Very simple. I talked about the same thing in my last webinar, that was detailed competency based for plus 2. Just I'm going to brief out this time. That same process goes with plus 1. Competency is nothing else but when you use the skill, abilities, knowledge of the people to practically apply whatever has been done is what is competency based learning. I gave an example last year, in the last webinar, I gave an example where I told that I learned my competency in day-to-day practical life. I mentioned that my father, when we used to travel outside, he used to make us, when we used to travel, he used to make us count the number of cars. That developed my counting skill. He used to ask us to identify some kind of boards, and when we used to identify those names on the boards, our observation power increased. Our way of searching. We don't need Google Maps. I always remember the routes to different places in case if I have to travel from one place to another. So it's not a difficult problem. That's what is competency based. And I think most of us have been through that because we're from the same generation. So that's what we have to pass on to our the next generation coming up. So how you use school, you use your skill, abilities, and how you perform it in the class is what we're talking about. There's a circular about the same in the CBSE. You can see the circular is out here. It is dated 14th May 2020 at the time of lockdown, competency-based education. This circular highlights the same thing. On to the next slide, we move on to. Now, here we've given an example. I've given an example of a person. Say, if a person is competent enough to handle a gathering of 100 people, that means he or she has the skill or set of abilities needed to handle a group of 100 people. In that case, the person has to, he has a requisite skill or content, knowledge, communication, people, management, leadership, all put together. Why do we choose this example? Why do we take this example? Why not take example of our own class leaders, which we make in the class? We make usually children who are responsible, who can actually handle 40 students in our class and during our in our absence, not during, in our absence. So that's what we do. We make class leaders. They are the people who are handling things for us. That's competency based. That person is competent enough to handle the situations. We give them responsibilities. We ask them to do simple kind of chores for us. The reason is nothing else, but we know that they are competent enough to do it. So that competency has to come up with each and every child. This has already been almost discussed with you when I talked about the way CBSE has talked about competency-based education. Now, what are the learning outcome of competency-based education? To understand this, we need to have some kind of examples. I've got some examples for you. Starting with the first one is that what is it that the student would be able to do after the student has undergone the learning process of what? Competency-based. So basically, simple case study. See, I picked up a case study from one of our chapter of the book, 8th chapter, right? It's the introductory case study. We always overlook this kind of, these are your source-based questions. This is where your question ideas come from. You can make a case study out of this. Mr. Anil Singh, if you'll see your chapter 8 onto the right-hand side, top is this case study given out there. So you can pick up a case study and tell children, and you tell them in this situation, what would you do? So this is how things can be properly initiated. Yeah. So next is what is it that the student needs to learn or know in order to demonstrate that particular set of learning. So when you talk about what actually he needs to learn or he need to know, or what demonstration can be easily given, We have our revised syllabus. We just told you, I just started with the revised curriculum. I started with the same thing, what has been deleted, what has been added, how we are going to go ahead with it. So once you start with something as a case study, when you start, that was given in that chapter. In first chapter, again, there's an introductory case study. So everywhere when you see those case studies and you give the children group activity according to that, you can start your interaction with the children the same way. You're developing their competency. What are the classroom transaction activities that will become the basis for this kind of defined outcome of learning? Of course, yes, there are so many things. You can take riddles, you can take then idiom-based riddles I did for +2, second chapter, principles of management. You can do role play, you can do mind maps, you can do mind maps also. When we did the webinar for 9 July, Vision 9 July, I showed mind maps in a creative manner. Then team activity you can do storytelling, you can do anything, or just on extempore you can do anything, can be done for with the children. You can give handouts to them, you can have an education fair, like I've given you out here the riddles, right? So it's R more than E. What is me? R is what? Revenue more than expenditure. What is me? It's profit. So much of currency provided by this agency, identify it. It is a bank. Then this circle kind of a thing given out here. So many, if you talk about so many factors, identify the chapter. Sources of business finance we're talking about. So this is how you can give any kind of riddles you want, and any ways you can develop the basic idea behind your teaching. Now, how will the teacher check the learning, or how will the student demonstrate that learning? Crossword puzzle. You can make this crossword puzzle on your own. I made it in 15 minutes, right? So this can be done basically in 15 minutes. Chapter wise, just simply type, you need to know a crossword puzzle maker, write your questions, create questions, and once you create the questions, all you have to do is click on the button. There's create a crossword, and it gets created on its own. You don't have to do anything except for writing the first. You have to write down the answers, and then you have to write down the question. That's it. If you're savvy with Google Forms, you can create thousands of crossword puzzles every day. How will teacher know at what level of learning the student is? Of course, yes, you need to conduct class test, that you know very well. Class test is very, very important. Why? Because until unless you conduct the class test, things cannot work out in the right manner. Now, once you conduct the class test, what is going to happen is that the children, you will be able to assess them, you will be able to tell them where they stand in the class. So for that purpose, for assessing the children, or for telling the children where they stand, how they're going to perform, or what they're going to do, what are the different ways of conducting tests. Now, nowadays, since this time is there, nowadays what you can do is you can conduct it on Google Classroom, you can conduct it through Google Forms, you can make your own test, you can also conduct meeting on Zoom and ask your children to switch on the cameras. There are many ways through which you can actually conduct the test. So there's a paradigm shift from rote learning to competency based learning, and competency is not limited to only giving long type questions or multiple choice questions. You can be as much creative as you want. We want the children to be more developed, more skill oriented, rather than being more what rote learners. Now, what is the sum, what is exactly the sum total of the learning outcome? What exactly are we talking about? We talked about curriculum, we talked about pedagogy, we talked about assessment, we talked about the different testing criterias, everything I've told. Now, how actually we can get the best thing out of our students? So there are many ways you can. I told you this class plus, also there are different portals for conducting tests. You can conduct tests the way you like, you can go ahead with it, or you can have quiz, you can have on one-to-one online riddle games or quiz games, and you can make two teams out there. You can conduct with a 10 group of 10 students and make 20 as audience, and things can go. So you need to do objective assessment and performance assessment. Talking about objective assessment, you have multiple choice questions, fill in the blanks, proctored. I told you Zoom meeting. Same timed test, which you can send through Class Plus, and you can tell them within this time you complete, or Google Forms, you tell them that you can complete it in this much of time. Like I've told you already, proctored, I've discussed with you. This has already been discussed in webinar 5, so I'm not keeping too much of detail on it. You can time assessment, like I told you, Google Forms, Class Plus is there. I'm giving you all the example. And then talking about the performance assessment, you can do presentation, you can tell them to submit their papers, or they can do projects. Projects, today I'm going to talk about art integrated projects and learning. Why? Because that is a new thing which has been included for +1. Next year it might be included for +2 also, but we'll start with +1 first this year. So there are different types of presentations, PowerPoint presentations. I'll be showing you flash or interactive video, AV films, the whiteboard presentation. See, when you have PowerPoint presentation, there's going to be a point where I'll refer to this point, and I'll tell you that what I was talking about presentation. Not only simple PPTs, you can have PPTs with doodling also. So there are many things which you can do. Next, all right. I hope till now, whatever we have covered, talking about competency-based education, competency-based learning, academic alternative academic curriculum, revised, syllabus. I hope there is no doubt out here, right? Now, starting with art integration learning projects. This is one thing, I've spent a lot of time on. So I'm taking a minute's break to have a glass of water. All right, starting with art integration learning and projects. First of all, what is art integration and what are we going to talk about in art integration learning? See, there is a circular about art integration. The circular says many things. It talks about art-based education. It talks about art integrated learning. It talks about art integrated projects, right? So when we talk about pedagogy, when we talk about capacity building, when we talk about competency-based learning, all these things combined together to inculcate or to encourage the student to develop his hidden potential or hidden skill in a more objective manner, not in a biased manner, very clear manner, is what art integrated learning is all about. So in this particular circular of 14th May, they say that as a pedagogical initiative, CBSE has introduced art integrated learning. Fine, okay, art integrated learning. And we have a slide which talks about art integrated learning. This is on, can we go to the next slide? Here, there is a difference of slide. There are different slides. Can we switch over to the next slide? There's a difference of slide. Okay, yeah. So onto the slide, if you see 4.1 visual art, okay, 4.1 visual art, study and use. Please kindly zoom. You also please focus on it and zoom the slide. You can just use that way. Study and use of various media and techniques to the extent of their availability. So when you talk about art integrated projects, we are talking about using them in biology, chemistry, accountancy, economics, business studies, mathematics, language, home science, political science, geography, history, entrepreneurship, and again, how pencil color, charcoal, watercolor, all these things can be used with different home science, history, etc. Moving on to the next slide, we go. There are a few things out here on the next slide. We have, again, art activities are to be correlated with other activities, right? They have to be correlated with other activities. If you can see, I'm just highlighting the slide for you, zooming it for you. See, you have history, social studies, different things where, like, if you talk about 15th August, which is very fast approaching, you can take up an activity with your class. You can make puppets and do a puppet dance, right? Social science class, you can talk about the freedom fighters through a puppet. That's what is art-based activity. Simple role play we have been doing for so many years. This can be a different style of doing the same thing. In case if you have some of you who might be teaching in 10th standard, in case if you're not teaching in business studies, you can pick up different types of entrepreneurs or different forms of business organization, sole proprietorship, partnership, and you can have a puppet show within your students and they can present their show one of the days accordingly. So this is another thing given in the circular. And switching over, after switching over the circular, then we have a lot of activities out here. A list of activities, what we can do. List of activities, I would like to, yeah. List of activities, what we can do, right? You can do role play, art exhibition. We did education, book education fair with business studies. We created a bank in our school. That was a few years back, because now it's school is not we are having online classes. So we created a book, we created a exhibition, book exhibition, or we created a school exhibition where every class depicted something. So we had 10th standard depicting a scene from Julius Caesar, and 11th standard, some people took up English, some people took chemistry, and everything, all science, everything activity and people. We invited parents and it was open to all the people. It was a book fair. It was done so beautifully by the complete lot of children. You may not be able to do it right now, but maybe next year, just an idea. Then photography is there, slideshows are there, paper quilling is there, so many things are there. We all used it again. I'll show it to you how we've used it. Okay. Now, moving on to the next slide. We go to the next slide. I've just explained you the meaning of art integrated learning. We're going to talk about art integrated education. Now, when we talk about art, it's a creative, very, very creative expression. When you teach an individual, like, oh, when you want him to, in a particular skilled or personalized manner, he wants to do something, or some primary pathway he wants to pick up. So when you make the same thing joyful, when you make the same thing knowledgeable, when you make something, not only being one subject oriented, but multidisciplinary, like you have multidisciplinary questions in business studies, pick up from different chapters and put them together. Similarly, when you integrate it with different subjects and along with art, it is art integrated education. So when I'm teaching business studies, I'm using economics along with it, I'm using accountancy along with it, I'm using English along with it, and so many other subjects. That's what is art integration all about. Art integrated education. We are not replacing the word art education with art integration. We're just merging them together. Like, I'll give you an example. The notes in Hindustani classical music, you all know. When we talk about Saregama, or how these notes are used, these can be used with the fractions. You can show these notes with fractions in mathematics. We've given this example. If you try and search it out on Google or YouTube, you can share the same thing with your students and tell them how this works. It's very easy to tell, nothing at all. So fractions can be easily taught in the same manner. Now, purpose, what is the purpose of art integration? Actually, throughout, recently it has happened. I don't know, when I was a student, art was very integral part of our teaching. Teachers used to do everything in an artistic manner. Our English teacher, when he used to teach us Macbeth, he used to come like, here, class, this is what is happening. I'm this witch of Macbeth. This is how you should talk. And you not believe teachers, it actually used to intrigue us, and we used to get so awestruck with what he's doing. Is that happening with us? Are we doing it? So same thing. When we want holistic development, when we want to reflect, the real world, when we want to communicate in the right manner with our students, and we want them to develop in totality, when we want to develop their critical thinking, when we want them to actually ask us questions, they should get intrigued about things, when we use joyful learning, when we want them to broaden their mindset and horizon, we're talking about art integrated education. So it's very important in life, it's very important in education. How it is important very soon. How is it important in life and education, that we've already talked about. We've talked about what is art integrated learning. Like I told you, creative and constructive teaching learning approach through which students can demonstrate their understanding, like of any concept through art forms. Of course, yes, different art forms can be used. Art integration signifies exploration of academic content, ideas, concept, prior knowledge, skills sets to be acquired through the lens of various forms of art. Yes, dance can be one form of art. That is, somebody is good in choreography, or something else can be one of the forms of art. When we talk about art integrated learning, what is the objective behind it, why we are putting it out here? One of the pioneers of CBSE who's been talking about art integrated learning, uh, one of the professors, she said, yeah, need for art integrated, this is what I'm trying to tell. Need is basically, it's a process learning. Okay, it's a process learning. We need to develop the cognitive thinking skill of the people, psychometric thinking skill of the people. How children, when they develop from their different stages, there are different theories about psychometric development. So when they develop from different stages and they become a formal real person, they need to inculcate everything in their surrounding and understand how that all can be accepted, used, involved with them, their own selves. That can be a little outcome with them. See, when they see their surrounding and they use something, that's what makes them more alert. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about art integrated learning. So the ultimate objective of art integrated, please, backside. The ultimate objective of art integrated learning is to have effective multi-dimensional growth of students, which will particularly impact physical, intellectual, moral, aesthetical, cultural, scientific aspect and development of students. See, when I'm talking about aesthetic sense, cultural sense, scientific, but I have sometimes, people come and compliment when they come to my house, ma'am, your house is very beautifully done. Many of you teachers might be getting the same compliment. Why? Because we have that aesthetic sense. Vidhi ma'am, can you please hold on for some time? I'm coming to that, ma'am. All right. That is good. Our aesthetic sense is like, when you talk about the aesthetic sense. So that's how things work in the real art integrated learning. Now, when we go on to the next slide, how we implement art integrated learning in the classroom. Now, there are 5, if you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different boxes out here. One is 4 are almost kind of squares and one is rectangular in shape. We're starting with the target first, and then I'll demonstrate everything to you. So starting with the target, I'm conducting an activity and I want all of you to unmute yourself. Okay, you have to, I'm unmuting you and you have to, when I say 1, I want all of you teachers, please unmute. Yeah, if I say 1, you have to say poo chuk chuk. If I say 2, you have to say cash if you die, cash if you don't. If I say 3, you have to say plant money or money plant. If I say 4, you have to say go down, go down. If I say 5, you're saying you have to say it. No, you don't have to say washing powder Nirma. You have to say washing powder Nirma, washing powder Nirma. It has to come out like this now. So all of you ready? And I want everyone to answer. This is an activity which you can conduct in your class whenever you like. I'll relate it after some time. We're starting with it. I'm saying 1.
If you die, cash if you don't.
Cash if you don't.
Sing powder Nirma.
Washing powder. Plant money or money plant.
Money plant.
Money or money.
Your brain moves like this.
One, two,
It should be like this. Yeah, exactly. So, dear teachers, I'm putting, yeah, 1 minute, okay, good. Again, I'm putting you all on mute. And you can just answer out here. Okay. Okay, teachers, could you understand anything out of it? Can anybody tell me? Write in the chat box. And trust me, if your class is making this much of noise, your class is the most happiest one. Why? I don't count for discipline. I don't, at this time you're conducting an icebreaker. Continuously, CBSE has been talking about icebreakers. Yeah, class becomes active. Exactly. Class becomes active. Can you tell me can you relate it to any chapter of +1? Can anyone relate it to any chapter of +1? Agreed. We can give interactive class. Done. Can you relate it to any chapter of +1? Any one of you? Types of trade, Devi ma'am, types of trade is internal and external. Business services, yes, or can we talk about auxiliaries to trade? One is ku chuk chuk, that is transportation. 2, cash if you die, cash if you die, cash if you don't. Insurance. 3, plant money or money plant. Banking, yes, auxiliaries to trade. 4, go down, that's a name for storage or warehouse. 5, washing powder Denmark, that's an advertisement we're talking about. Practical implication, we just had a icebreaker. Yeah, yes, right, yes, Sir Ashok Vishwas, sir, yes. So exactly the same. We just had a icebreaker, and what we are doing is communication itself. So this is how you're going to give icebreaker. That's the first way to target the students, that is with the icebreaker activity. If you enlarge the slide a little and you see the target, first thing given is that, yeah, thank you so much. Giving is that icebreaker activity. So you create your own icebreaking activity or icebreaker activity and let all children get very, very, relaxed, and they start working accordingly. Now, practical implication. How? How do we practically imply it? Now, see, when you imply it or when you apply it within your subject, so you call it interdisciplinary. But when you talk about different subjects, it can be multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary. And when you talk about with other subjects, in the sense that they're not even related, but you're relating them, transdisciplinary. How are you going to make it? So we are going to just start with the next thing in art integrated learning and project making. First, we're talking about is selection of a topic or theme or drawing upon the previous knowledge of students. All our students know about the topic. All our students, this slide is not coinciding. Please come to one slide. Auxiliary, no. Get to next slide, please. Auxiliaries to trade. First slide, purple color. Thank you. So, selection of topic, theme, drawing upon previous knowledge of students. Everybody knows about auxiliaries to trade. If you talk about ku chuk chuk, they'll immediately say train, and then you say what mode of transport is, what is this mode of, they'll say transportation, and they'll immediately come to know. So first is the idea is to talking about the selection of a topic or a theme. Next slide, we're going to talk about second, step 2, providing creative inquiry opportunities for hand-on learning to the students. How we give hands-on learning? Transportation, you can tell them to make map. Okay, you can start doing with a map. You can show them how to prepare a map. You can talk about the brochure. I have done that for you. I'll be showing you after this. See, I have a map out here. I've prepared it for transportation. We prepared the National Highway, NH44. Right? Can you see? Also, along with that is some of the major airports, So this is what I'm talking about, map, transportation. Then we've talked about, I just told you brochure. I made a brochure for insurance company. See, we talked about the insurance company. I made a brochure, I've clipped pictures of everything and I put it there. So you can always see, right? Then I talked about banking. We talked about banking. I've prepared a histogram out here. it's prepared for you, right? It's a 3D figure, three-dimensional figure. If you can see from all the sides, it's a three-dimensional figure. It's a three-dimensional figure. If you see it, these are not simple sticks or something like that. There's a box in every histogram we have, and we've shown you the banking scenario with rural, semi-urban, urban, metropolitan cities, that how many banks are operating there. Then there's a collage. This is a collage on warehousing. I'll be sharing the pictures with you. This is a collage on warehousing. We have marked all the activities in blue. Separate activities have been marked. Then for advertisement, we've used this pie chart. See, and see, just see, this is again 3D. And if you can see, yes, every child can do it. This is art integrated, ma'am. This is totally art integrated. We've used, see, I'll show you. I'll just take, if I can take it out, I don't know. No, I cannot. Okay, this is fixed. If you can see, there are some grains out here. There are some grains. If I move it, I'm moving the disc out here. Then you have quilling paper, right? We have some kind of artistic things. This is leftover, beads and things like that. Then I have pencil shavings out here. Pencil shavings out here. This, why not every child can do? These are the buttons. One of my old kurta. These are the buttons left over at home. So that's how we used it. And we are using the same thing for the, so providing creative inquiry opportunity, hands-on learning to the students. You're giving art integrated. See, when you'll say, ma'am, in case there's a project and project has to be put in a file, put it in a file, put the pictures, put it in a PPT, put in pictures. We also made one wall hanging with the insurance. See, this is how to get an insurance claim. Very small wall hanging. There's a picture of it. You'll see. This is all properly made. Wall hanging. See how we used. We used kulfi sticks out here and thread. And then that's how with ice cream sticks and whatnot, straw. And this is best out of waste, whatever we could get, we prepared. So now, if you talk about transportation, we use map, we use geography, insurance. We used brochure, wall hanging, art and craft. We talk about banking, we used histogram, graph, statistics, warehousing, collage, Photoshop, photography, advertising, pie chart, mathematics, paper quilling, beads, grains, and it's talking about mathematics. See, we used everything. So this hand-on knowledge you have to give. We all have learned this in our times in our art and craft classes. We can pass it on to our children. We just have to, students, we just have to walk back the memory lane. That's all we have to do. Okay, then next is, third point is, when you talk about the third slide, see, now here you can reflect accordingly. Reflecting on new learning of subject using art form by students. I've used here, if you can see nicely, you can enlarge it and see how the map has been done. Right, we've used thumb pins, we've used thread, we've used all pins, everything has been used out here, right, for transportation. Next slide, going over to the next slide. This is brochure we've made and complete. We got glossy sheets from outside and then we wrote on our own the information required and the brochure has been made. We used some taping to do the kind of outline or borderline, and that's how things came out. Next, insurance claim process. I just now showed you the wall hanging we made. Children can make it the way they like. You can enlarge and see the claim process, how it's happening and how things are highlighted out here, right? Next we go, this is a video. I wanted to tell you about the video I told you. See, these are doodling video. You must have seen it or not seen it, I have no idea, but this is what we're sharing this video with you. The intention is to tell you.
Whether it's while Bill is working his construction job, or Tommy riding his skateboard, or while Laura is at dance class. The fact of the matter is, medical emergencies happen when we least expect them. And when they do, without the proper insurance coverage, they can cost a fortune. Which is why Karen started shopping for major medical insurance.
Okay, these are doodle videos, so you can always use them. Right. Then you can search from Google, YouTube, search it out. You'll get many ways and many apps to make these things. So not only one is there, there are many things. Then we made this histogram on banking. This is made with ice cream sticks. These are 4 ice cream sticks put together, and we just made a kind of a histogram out of it. So you can see different at different heights, and accordingly things are done. And the base is with thermocol, and we've given complete information. Next slide. When we talk about, like I told you, warehousing. See, we've marked VMS, warehousing management system. So there's a collage on warehousing. There's a complete collage on warehousing, which you can see. It's not difficult. We just have to put it together. That's all. Now, these pictures a child can put in the project file as well as in his PPT, and he can carry them with himself, or the group can carry it. One child has done one activity. How we're going to do that, I'm going to tell you in the next slide very soon. Okay, warehousing. After warehousing, then we come to next is advertising. This is a pie chart out here. You can see we've used buttons, beads, we've used pencil shavings, we've used multicolor pulses, dal and whatnot. We've used so many things, decorative items also. So that's how quilling, paper quilling has been mentioned by CBSE in bold. So that's what we've used, and we've then put marking on it. This pie chart is about contribution of advertisement to various states in India. So that's what it's talking about. That's why it has been. Then of course, assessment is purely as per teacher's discretion, as you like. You can give marks to the group, how they present. They can start with a role play. They can give PPTs. They can give. Yes, the time constraint depends on you. It is +1. You can give them 1 month. You can give, depending on the topic, you can give them 15 days. We can give time for 1 month. In your curriculum, it's been mentioned 3 months time also for art integrated learning. It depends. Like when I give projects, I'm talking about my personal experience. I usually give project in the month of June, May ending, before the summer vacations. Tell them time, give them time till 15th of August for first submission. They get their projects to me, the students of +2. I see the project and I tell them to submit it to me, and I see every project, 5 projects per day. It takes me a good lot of time because I have 80 students, 40 in each class, +2. So it takes me good time. But then what I do is, once I finish off with all the projects, at the back of the project in pencil, I write the drawbacks and I take down the same points in my laptop. Same thing, what all the deficiencies are. Once those have been noted down, I give the project back to the students, tell them to complete it and give it to me by September. And when they do it by September, I give them marks for their pre-board assessment. So they know they have to make project accordingly. So that time constraint is not there. Give enough time and take a complete beautiful project from your children. For +1, you can give 3 months time. It's good enough. That's your choice as per. Right. Next, we move on to the next thing. Like I told you, subjects in art integration, we've already used economics, statistics, statistics, political science, psychology, sports, English, mathematics. You can do role plays, whatever you feel like accordingly. No problems at all. You can use role play for your 2nd chapter. You can use role play for 3rd chapter. That's a very good idea. I've just given complete methodology for all the chapters also. So there are tools for art integration. Almost all tools of art integration have been used. We've shown projected out here all tools of art integration, almost. Photoshop has not been shown because that was not required right now, and rest of the things have been shown. Role play I could not show you because right now I would not like to do but you can use mimes also, you can use role play also, you can use any kind of dumb charades as a game for the same. So any kind of thing you can use in the class for art integration. There are so many kind of tools available. Next slide, we move on to now there's the use of list of suggestive activities in business studies. What are those activities? Right, starting with the first one, we have clay modeling or sculpture. Then you have dance performance, choreography, creating art reservoir. You can recycle, like they have made it from for water. They can, science people can use this if it is not used by us. Jewelry making, we can do it. You can start, you can give formation of company on jewelry making, or for +2 marketing, you can give a chapter on jewelry making. Paper quilling, then you have paper mash, and then beadwork, and then grains, and then free talks, narrative, storytelling, art exhibition, role play, videography. Then you have a different photography, visit to a particular place. This year we cannot do that. Sketching you can do. So next, moving on to the next slide, you have printing material. We did so much of things on printing material. Comics, so if you can ask your students to prepare a comic on any one of the chapters, they can do along with doodling on their own and prepare it. That would be a lovely way to tell them what is to be done. So this is how things can be easily integrated in the art learning, art integrated project. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, we have, can you all see the slide? Can you see the slide? Yeah, methodology chapter wise. Okay, so what all we have? We have auxiliaries to trade, integrated project. I've just shown it to you, right? Complete project. For chapter 2, you can use scrapbooks or photographs. For chapter 3, you can use role play, street play, nukkad nataks. For chapter 7, you can have pamphlet, sketching. I did a game. You can, chapter 4, you can use brochure. I did it for auxiliaries to trade. You can take it there. Poster making, yes, you can do. For chapter 5, you can, this will be most interesting one activity for the students. You can tell them to make a comparative analysis of music of yesteryears and today, so they can pick up from different websites and the songs and the kinds of songs which were being played initially, how music gharanas were there at that time, and what is the kind of music now. They can also sing, rap, or they can rap out the whole thing, or they can sing in the old way, whichever way it is, right? So then there is collage making for chapter 6. That is your talking about chapter 6 is okay, I've forgotten the chapter 6 by speaking here only. Then chapter 6, you can make a collage, social responsibility, right? Then chapter 8, sources of business finance, you can have integrated project. And then chapter 9, you can write a biography on successful entrepreneurs, storytelling. And chapter 10, you can make a PowerPoint video or documentary. Chapter 10 these days is not of much relevance because most of the things have been deleted, but otherwise import and export procedure, a lot of material was there. So that methodology you can use chapter wise. Next we come on to is next slide. So how do we begin? I'm just giving you a briefing about how we started with auxiliaries to trade. I'll go on to the next slide. See, suppose there are 40 students, divide them in group of 5 or maybe in total of 8 groups. I've done that already in my class. Now, for first group of 5 students, we give activity like roll number 1 will do on transportation, 2 on insurance, 3 on banking, 4 on warehousing, and 5 on advertising. So this is how things are going to work out, right? Working. Now, this is how we're going to work on. So roll number wise, we've given work, transportation, how? See, definition, function, meaning. So definition, function, you can make a PPT. Meaning, again, you can make a flowchart or PPT, whatever you like. Classification, land, water, air transport, you can get videos, all available on Google, right? Then transportation in India. Like when you talk about transportation, you can use history and political science with maps and other things also. When I searched out information on transportation in India, you will not believe the amount of information I got. You will get shocked. So there was about how transportation started in India and what has been the impact of various political parties on the transportation and how which party initiated what kind of mode of transport and so on. Like Lalu Prasad Yadav, he was the first railway minister under whose regime we earned the profits after years of independence. So that's how. Now, then we talk about you can prepare. No, 1 minute, please. Can we go back to the slide? Transportation. You can prepare kind of tables using statistics. Then you can use geography for maps. You can share different modes of transport. What is the contribution in GDP, in economics. You can sketch different modes of transportation, and accordingly you can show the GDP. Or I have a graph out here. You can show a graph also how up and down things go. So that's how in contribution in GDP. Can I have the graph? Do we have the graph out here? Yeah. So you can show the contribution to GDP. We've done that graph in economics, how it contributed. Next we come on to is after transportation, we come to insurance. I call it TIBBA. I call it TIBBA. My acronym for it is TIBBA. All right. Next, we have in insurance, we have definition, classification, history of insurance, insurance sector in India. Then we have impact of insurance on behavior of people. A lot of people have started buying insurance, and Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister, encouraging people to, put money in insurance, and he wants the whole nation to be very apt and properly insured. So many ideas coming up with COVID insurance. So list of 10 insurance companies, documents required, effect of media on awareness of insurance, government policies on insurance, contribution to GDP, all that can be easily shown, right? Then you can give to rule number 3, again, definition, type, function, services, history of banking, working of banks, e-banking, and banking contribution in Indian economy. That can be the GDP or otherwise a national economy. You can talk in terms of total. You can make a proper pie chart. You can make a graph. You can make a histogram on it. Complete information can be, comparative analysis can be given. Then after banking, we have warehousing, definition, classification on types, history of warehousing in India, logistics, warehousing management, and how can warehousing, you can, spur the economy. It has been actually contributing a lot to the economy and price stability. So that's how warehousing can be taken up. Advertising, definition, types, purpose. In India, the agencies which are there, industry, like you can take statistics or facts, and then how much companies spend on advertising, and how much have states spent, and what is the impact of consumer behavior. People immediately get carried over. I see an advertisement on dairy milk chocolate, and I immediately feel like eating a chocolate. I don't know about other people, but that's my intention. So advertisement, that's the consumer behavior, as simple as that. At this age, my consumer behavior with chocolate is the same, right? What it was at the age of 16. So that's how things work, impact of advertising on consumer behavior. Now, we'll just wait one minute. I'm not sharing the sample question paper. So this is what we've talked about, the art integrated projects and the learning outcome. In case if you have any questions, we have 15 minutes for Q&A session. So just 2 minutes more I will be taking. We'll be taking just 2 minutes more. I'm sharing some question types with you. Okay, the types of questions which you can give to your children, and the complete information has been provided out here. So you can see some sample questions out here. Sample questions, and dear teachers, meanwhile you're seeing these sample questions, we are sharing feedback form with you. Then you can just simply fill in the feedback form and give it to the give the feedback back to us. Okay, starting with the question. We have first is statement and assertion type question I have out here for you. This is for all of you. If you can see, here it is not open, ma'am. Just a minute, please. Can you hold on? We'll start sharing the screen. Just a minute, please. Okay. Now you have statement and assertion type question, like unlimited liability implies. What does it imply? That the owner is personally responsible for the payment of debts. Statement 2, to pay off the debts of the business, even the personal property is liable. What would be the answer? Both options are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. This is one type of question. Next is source-based question. From the text, you can take it from there only, right? So here we have a question. A business, okay. Fine. Second question, a business enterprise can escape the presence of risk by how? Now, deciding not to enter risky transaction, take preventive measure, create provision of doubtful debts, share risk. Teachers, you would say, you have to tick one of the options. It's a multi-select question. You'd say, where have I picked up this question from? If you see, no, ma'am, it is multi-select. So many points are there. Almost all points are correct. This is from your NCRT book. There's a box given along with when talking about business risk, how to prevent business risk, escape the presence of risk. These are the options given out there, right? So these are the source-based question. Then you have another source-based question out here. Answer is all four. Okay. Next is Amul collects that much liter of milk, and I'm asking about identify the type of society. We know it's a farmers cooperative society. It's a farmers cooperative society, right? So this is how the third question goes. This is a source-based question. Then you can have the match the following type of questions. That is your fourth question. Match the following. We have out here, I'm sharing the screen with you, match the following, and I've taken this from Principles of Insurance. It is a contract of Aberifedi, that is your utmost good faith. It means a direct and most effective cause. Cost लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर गलती से, it's a mistake, it's a cause. Direct and most effective cause. It's proximate cause. It means stepping into the shoes of insured, that is subrogation. It states to take steps to minimize losses, right? So it is mitigation. Then you have case-based question out here. We have case studies-based question out here. Mr. Anil Singh's case study, I discussed it with you. You have that. Then you have another case-based question out here. Net worth individuals and firms are more efficient than net worked. Now, net worked individuals, right? Net worked individuals and firms are more efficient than the. It is given again. There's a typo error out here. There's some yeah. It's so actually when we talk about the source base, we are talking about who is more important, net worth or net worked. So net worked individuals and firms are more efficient than net worth. Why? Because this has been picked up from your talking about the online, the chapter, fifth chapter. So when you talk about the fifth chapter, it has been taken from there. We have talked about the first benefit of online, right? So you have convenience, speed, okay, then global reach or none. So we're talking about global reach, right? It's talking about global reach. Case-based study questions. Then we have again fill in the blanks based question. Can we switch over to the next, because already 5 minutes have been gone. Next, can we fill in the blanks question? Next, can we come to next slide? Can we come to the next slide? Fill in the blanks. That's all. We have 7 chapters, 7 questions. Next, we have again flowchart based question. That's from chapter this is talking about buying and selling, online transaction happening. So this is again buying and selling, purchase and sale. Next, can we go on to the next slide? This is pictorial type. Identify the type of government, public sector enterprise. This is your we're talking about Reserve Bank of India. Can teachers answer what is it? Departmental undertaking, government company, or statutory corporation? RBI. Anyone who can answer for me? No, nobody is there to answer. Nobody wants to answer. RBI comes under what? Yeah, it's a statutory corporation, right? Perfectly all right. Statutory corporation, right? Thank you so much. So that's all. I have shared my questions with you. There are some typing errors which will be rectified later on. These are the type of questions. Yeah, statutory corporation. Thank you so much. You can share your question and answers with me. And I'm sharing my form with you, the feedback form. Please fill in the feedback form meanwhile, right? Just give me a minute. I want to have I've sent a feedback form. 1 minute. I'm not audible on this phone. I'm not audible.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, can I have Q&A from the other? Meanwhile, we're just trying it out. There is some technical error with the.
Ma'am, the way you have shared the chapter-wise art integrated activities for class 11, will you please share the same for class 12 as well?
Class 12, we are not initiating this year. I think the CBSE has made it very clear. Class 12 will not be doing it. It is just till this year. It is for till 11th.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, for why to worry for plus 2? We'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. Otherwise, you can tell your children to use any kind of things like for marketing. They can use. We use principles of management. We use graphs. We use feedback forms. We use questionnaire. For marketing also, for marketing project, I tell my students to prepare their own logo, tagline, everything. So you can say the same way. Let it be the same kind.
Ma'am, so for class 12, for this year, we will keep it as the way we used to integrate art in their projects. Projects.
Yeah, there is no clarity on projects for plus 2 as yet. As yet, there is no clarity. So let them. They said that if you have told your children to prepare the projects on any of the deleted part of the topic, that is also acceptable. No problem.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, isn't it? It is there in the revised syllabus. So we take that as a final. That whatever way we were doing the projects earlier, for this year there is no change because in revised syllabus for class 12, they have put the projects as it is.
As it is, yes. And they said till further information. There is one line after that. Till further information. Till now, you do it as it is. So there won't be any further information in case they make some changes in September. You can just ask to add 1 or 2 lines. Maybe in case they want the children to, add on something to do with COVID at that time or something like that. Probably. So 1 or 2 pages can be always added up. Otherwise, there is no change. Okay, I have a query out here. Would you please tell if we have to make lesson plan on chapter international trade, keeping in mind art integration, what activity can be included in that? Ma'am, this chapter international trade has been deleted, right? So
Yes,
not
yes.
exactly deleted, not completely deleted.
Only many topics. Yes, yes.
Yeah, many topics. So only 2 topics are to be done. Concept is there and benefits.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Right.
So there is a need to do export and import procedure this year when children are not supposed to learn it. Let us not do any lesson plan for it. Let us not. That was just a sample which CBSE gave us. So you can use it as a sample and take like from the same sample I prepared on formation of company. So you can do the same.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, madam. Good evening, madam.
Anjana ma'am out here, Anjana Malini ma'am. You missed my plus 2 session, ma'am. You can refer to webinar 5. I have shared my link out here. Not my link. I've shared information out here about my YouTube webinar channel. You can just see there. You get all the information. Question anyone else?
मैम इसकी बेस्ट बुक कौन सी होगी बिजनेस के लगवाने के लिए?
सर मैं एनसीईआरटी यूज करती हूँ.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है.
Thank you. We have Mr. Ankit Bhatnagar out here. Good evening, ma'am. As we all know, this pandemic situation is going on. Nobody can make any prediction when this time will go away. So, will you please suggest us that how can we make our online classes interesting? Okay, yeah, I'll be sharing a booklet with you after this session, and art-based activities will be included in that. And trust me. There is so much of there are so many channels telling about art integration projects. You just give one simple exercise to a group of children in class. They will come out with 200 ideas, and all of them will come out with 200 ideas. You will not believe it. You just have to give them the assignment. That's it. You'll see your children coming out with major ideas. It's all on YouTube. Everything. Whatever we have made right now, whatever I have made right now, was from my past knowledge, what I did in my 9th and 10th. So that's how. All right. Then we have, would you please tell if we have to make lesson plan on chapter? This I've already talked. Should we give projects to our students or paid? Please go ahead and give projects because, see, in case they say internal assessment, if CBSE says internal assessment, then also you can assess on the basis of project. You have a full-fledged proof that how you did the internal assessment. So projects is a good idea. I give my students to prepare working model. Last year they made lovely. That's so nice. Sir, ATMs is a very nice idea. This did not click my mind. So we can also give. There is a teacher here who's just shared with us that he's been. Sir Vishwas Rathod has been giving working models to the students, and he told them to make on ATM and AVM. So nice and lovely idea. Lovely idea. We want one more time the link to. Ma'am, we'll be sending the link again. We'll be sending the link again. In chapter 5, we need to discuss the meaning, ma'am. Outsourcing is completely deleted. Outsourcing is BPO, business process outsourcing is completely deleted.
Okay, then
But
we need not to do anything.
In case if you want to just give some kind of information to your children, just to help them out, you can do that.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello,
Anything
good evening,
else?
madam.
Anyone has
Madam,
any
excuse
other
me.
question?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
मैडम केपीओ है कि नहीं है केपीओ
नहीं केपीओ नहीं है सर केपीओ
केपीओ
नहीं है
नहीं है
बीपीओ में
ठीक
नहीं है तो केपीओ भी नहीं आएगा सर
ठीक है मैम
वेलकम सर
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you please tell me the case studies pattern for the +1 also? How much marks is weightage given for it?
Yeah, see, when we talk about case studies for +1, there are some boxes given in NCERT book. First, pick up those boxes and frame your questions on that. You can also frame questions picking up the lines from the topic. Like, for example, features. You can pick up the definition of innovation and market standing and then productivity and give as a case study, make your own frame, your own case study and give it to children and tell them, identify the various objectives are highlighted out here. Or you can take examples and frame a case study on the basis of that. Like for example, your features of business has a lot of examples. Use those examples for your case studies.
Ma'am, how much marks is now CBSE noted for +1 and CBSE business studies paper?
How much marks for what, ma'am? The marks, the paper is
For,
same.
For case studies.
The same 10%. We are not very sure until unless a +2 sample paper comes. And when we see the sample paper, usually what we do is for +1, what we have been practicing for last 20 years is, in my school, whatever pattern we follow for +2, we follow the same pattern for +1. So once we get the sample paper for +2, we'll be following the same pattern for +1 also. In reference to case study.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, there is one question. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am. Ma'am, still there is a doubt today on the Google itself. They have mentioned that the topics which has been deleted also is to be taught by the teachers. So there will be a lot of confusion in the mind of the teachers, I think, and the students, like for what they have to prepare for boards. Can be list out that these topic has to be done or done for the boards? There is still confusion.
See, the topics which have been deleted, they said the topics which have been deleted, those topics, if you have already taught and you have given a project on it, it can be considered. Nothing in relation to teaching. There is no need to, yeah.
Ma'am, like in physical distribution, they are saying, and in physical distribution, they are saying it is not, components are not coming. So what we have to taught in a physical distribution?
I'll tell you. Ma'am, I discussed the same thing in the last webinar, but still I'll tell you. In physical distribution, concept, right, and factors. Now, you have to teach channel of distribution. You have to teach indirect and direct channel, and you have to teach factors. What else is there? Because when they talk about 4 P's, they will mention that. They have mentioned channel of distribution in reference to functions as well as components of physical distribution.
But ma'am, in the last year, when we have a curriculum syllabus come, so factors have been deleted, channel of distribution factors have been deleted. So this year we have to do it.
No, you know what happened? Somewhere, I don't remember which paper, factors came in the exam.
But ma'am, this is the point of how this can be removed. Like still there is a lot of confusion in the mind of students and teacher, which I always talk to any person.
Yes,
Still it is
but
not clear.
you know, the safest way, this has been happening for, I'll tell you my own experience. Once CBSE declared that planning and first chapter, only concept is going to come. They did not mention features. So I told my students not to do features, but I gave them SOS that in case if you get a question on features, you know every feature is pervasive, every is continuous, helps in achieving objectives, and one feature, whatever you can think of, planning in reference to. So they made, so all of them answered this question for 4 marks, writing features on their own, and 1 point they added up was futuristic. Can you believe that? So we've been doing, we all have been facing, see, this is a kind of webinar where I share my information, what I understand and how we do things. CBSE does not make many things clear. We all are in dilemma because of that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I always prefer to teach little extra than not to teach.
So it means the burden of the students has not been reduced actually.
No. I told you, I said 33%. I just couldn't understand what kind of 33%. Could you understand 33%?
No, ma'am, that's what I'm saying, no?
That is what. So it's okay. And as it is, they had to learn, and in their graduation, they'll have to do some of the topics, you know. So it's okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. There's a question out here. 1 minute. There's a question out here. Whether barriers to communication is part of syllabus or not. Barriers to communication is part of syllabus. We are doing it SOS. Whereas measures to overcome the barriers is not there. You call it a printing error, technical error, what kind of comma missing, some punctuation marks missing, whatever it is. But we will be doing barriers to communication because we don't want to risk the future of our children.
Yes, only they have omitted the barriers to effective communication. Only that part is omitted, but all the barriers we have to do it.
Yes, we have to do it. Yes. I agree with you, ma'am. I agree. There was some query. Madam Ravinder Kaur was there, so that's why I told. Is there any pattern of 50% MCQs in final? That's still in pipeline. Until unless we get a sample paper, we cannot give any suggestions.
Pankil ma'am, I had a concern that as far as this MCQ was concerned, last time what happened, CBSE gave us the option of true and false fill-ups, then multiple choice questions, and as well as match the following. But by the time they printed the sample paper, there was no question based on match the following. So like we get confused whether we while internal assessment are supposed to follow that pattern. I want guidance on one thing, that when we give MCQ, what is the general idea which CBSE is going to create questions like in their paper?
Ma'am, I'll tell you something. For last 20 years, continuously, every year, I have been giving practicing question on working capital as well as on trading on equity. Once in somewhere around 2004 or 5 sometime, this practical part of the trading on equity had come. They had asked for the example, and then it came in just 2 years back, right? 2016, right? So CBSE does not follow any pattern. They have written pictorials also out there. They have never ever given pictorials in the paper, but we prepare our children. So let us keep on preparing them. It hardly makes any difference. If child knows the answer, match the following will also not be difficult for him. So whatever is given, MCQ, long answer, short answer, fill in the blanks, statement questions. That's why I gave you source-based questions. Nothing is source-based. It's from your NCERT. For plus 2, it's purely from NCERT. Case study based questions, everything is from within the periphery which you are already mastered in. You people have expertise in. All the laureates who are out here. Can you please give SOS topics of class 12 for amateur? Ma'am, Avni ma'am, can you please DM me? I'll let you know. SOS topics, I'll let you know. No problems at all. Yes, transportation is there in the syllabus. Why, Amrita ma'am, transportation is there in syllabus. TIPVA, we do it in the auxiliaries to trade. Oh, we don't do the detail of it. Business services, we don't do the detail, but I took up first chapter and I took up auxiliaries to trade. So from there, I've taken transportation and communication.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
If we are talking about the project of marketing management, so we have to cover maximum topics in marketing management, those which are deleted as well.
Yes, that you have to do, because sometimes what happens is this project can be a part of their project for getting into a college. So at that time they cannot say that we did not write about physical distribution because it was deleted in CBSE. You cannot give that plea. Similarly, for your stock exchange project also, please tell them to write about BSc, NSC, detail everything. Yeah, to write everything so that when they show their project, because many of our students, they go abroad or they go into some college where they have to show their previous projects in interview. So they can easily submit that, and there can be some teacher who has an expertise and can ask a question that where is this a component missing, or where is this 4p out of 4 p's, where is 1p missing, or any question they can ask, or why you've not mentioned about BSc, NSC, whatever it is.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, please, can you give a suggestion on subjective assessment online? How can a subjective assessment be done online? Internal assessment we are already doing through Google Forms by undertaking various MCQs, fill-ups. This is already we are doing, arrange in order. But I just want to put a little highlight certain things so that we can make subjective assessment also.
Yes, you can do it proctored, ma'am. I do it I tell my students to switch on their cameras, and if you have a class of 40 students, so you can tell them that online only these 20 will get their IDs for the day, and only these 20 will be assessed. So you can see at one go on your laptop 25 students. Take their assessment on chapter, frame 4 questions, give them question, share a PDF, tell them to answer the question, and you can invigilate. And if you want a very strict invigilation, you can ask the parents also to sit down with them. Next 20, you can give the test next day, and that's how 40 can be done. And they can make a PDF, or you can ask them to, it's better to do it like that and send you a PDF. That's the best way. Because Google Classroom, again, you won't be able to invigilate. So that would be a problem.
Yes, ma'am. And our school, we do that, and we correct through Kami app.
Which app?
Kami, K-A-M-I.
K-A-M-I. M-I, Kami app. Okay, I'll just check it out. I have no idea.
I'll correct it through that and send it subjective questions. Yes, ma'am. We take it on Zoom and we do it. Yes,
I'll check it out.
Yes,
Webinar 5 link. Yes, Sapna ma'am, I will share the link. And ma'am, LPG policy is in syllabus or not? Sir, LPG is in syllabus. The impact and responses both deleted. So LPG will be doing, again, I always say it's better to be on safer side than to trouble the children. So clearly impact was written as deleted topic. LPG is to be studied. Anything else? Anyone has any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, madam. मैडम +2 में कितने केस स्टडी, कितने % केस स्टडी आएगी इस बार? कुछ मतलब कुछ डाउट सा ऐसा लग रहा है।
हाँ, बिल्कुल ठीक है। देखिए, अगर केस स्टडी 10% आती है या 20% आती है, अगर हम बच्चों को अच्छे से केस स्टडीज की प्रैक्टिस करा देना, तो कोई बुराई नहीं है। केस स्टडी प्रैक्टिस करा दीजिए। आप अगर 20% की कराते हैं तो आपका बच्चा ऑलरेडी ओवर एजुकेटेड हो जाएगा, उसको ज्यादा पता रहेगा। और अगर आप कम कराते हैं तो वो उसके लिए लॉस रहेगा। तो अंटिल सितंबर में सीबीएसई अपना सैंपल पेपर निकालते हैं, हम हमेशा वेट करते हैं। सी मैं एंटीसिपेशन पे आपके लिए क्वेश्चन पेपर भी बना के दे सकती हूँ, लेकिन आई हैव नो अथॉरिटी टू डू दैट। और एंटीसिपेशन में हम काम ही क्यों करें? वो आप खुद ही क्यों नहीं बना सकते पेपर? सब बना सकते हैं, मैं क्या बना सकती हूँ? आप सब बना सकते हैं।
मतलब मेरा कहने का मतलब है मैडम, पहले से कम आएंगी ना?
हाँ, 10% का टेंटेटिव बोला है, लेकिन कोई पक्का वादा नहीं है। वो तो सैंपल पेपर आएगा तो पता लगेगा कि 10% है। बोला था 33% सिलेबस कटेगा।
यस मैम, यस।
समझ जाइए।
थैंक यू मैम।
Yeah. So anyone can make those case studies. Any other question? Anyone has any other question? I hope all of you have filled up Google Forms, and in case if we have people out there, I hope I'm not speaking to the walls. We have some people out here, and in case if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that on YouTube. And I hope you like the videos. Any other questions you want to ask? I've answered almost all questions. Can a student of +2 do the project on any of the chapters of syllabus, or only of the 4 units which prescribed by? I think the project should be done on only the prescribed topics given. That is a better way to do your projects. That is a better way to do your projects. We'll share the form once again. Some of you are unable to fill it, so I'll just share the form with you once again.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, this art integration project, the students have to do only once in a year or twice? Like we have to tell them class 11th?
No, once in a year. Why
Okay, ma'am.
twice?
Okay,
yeah,
ma'am.
like any other project, this has to be done once in a year.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Any other question? Okay. Teachers, if you have any other question, or otherwise you can leave the meeting if you wish to. Thank you so much for joining me. I really had a good time. You were very enthusiastic. All of you really did the icebreaker so well. And same community we are. So it was lovely seeing you all. I saw on the camera so many teachers. I may not recognize you by face, but by name I could just relate that, okay, so and so is a person. So thank you so very much for joining me. God bless you all. And let's meet and catch up very soon with the next webinar. I hope the webinar doesn't, give the stressful thought process to you that a ek aur webinar aa gaya, something like that. I hope it doesn't work like that.
Not at
Thank
all,
you so
ma'am,
much.
not at all. You have been such a resource. It was like my first, experience to attend a webinar. Initially, I thought ये भी बाकी webinar के जैसा ही होगा, but attend कर लेते हैं. But slowly, gradually, when we proceeded, it was so resourceful. I mean, my hands were all the time on the phone, like clicking every bit of it. But I wasn't sure that this will be shared. Then you took time to share each one of it. Everything was visible, and it was so much. I was synced in with what you taught, and I'm going to do it as soon as possible. And it is great. And I am Geeta from Jaipur. This is Geeta Bish from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Vidya Ashram, Jaipur. Ma'am, and this is wonderful. And we have been attending so many webinars from all this Ajmer zone and NCR Delhi. This was for the first time when you said that you were like Ludhiana. I was like, okay, dekh lete. But I am really honored, and it is entirely my privilege to be a part of your session.
Oh, thank you so very much, ma'am. I'm more honored. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I hope I'm able to give this kind of, subject matter, share it with you people as much as I can, because I really feel happy. It's a passion to teach business studies. So that's how. Any other queries anyone has?
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. One more thing.
Yes.
Ma'am, if you could share, hello, ma'am. If you could share your PPT.
Yes, I'll be sharing. This will be there on YouTube, ma'am. The complete webinar will be there on the YouTube.
Okay, the recorded one. Fine, ma'am.
Complete. Yes, ma'am. Everything. All the drawbacks will also be there. So you have to comply with it. All
no,
technical.
There are no such drawbacks. Seriously, we really enjoyed your session. It's truly a learning and enriching experience.
Thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you so very much. See, you people keep on motivating me to do something new every time. Thank you so very much. Okay. Do we have anybody else? Any other queries? Anyone has any questions? Okay. Thank you so very much. So I will wind it off. I think I've taken so much of time, almost 2 hours, 20 minutes. And I think we'll say goodbye to each other. Bye-bye. See you next time. Take care. Thank you so very much for everything.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please actually fill in the feedback form as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.